In the last two videos in this playlist, we showed the Python program responsible for producing this graph. The graph shows us the temperature within a greenhouse across a 24-hour period. The program was then amended to show plotting points on this graph, and those plotting points are appearing now, as you can see pointed to by these arrows. Now, these plotting points within the program are referred to as markers. I'm now going to amend the program again so that the plotting points are made larger, i.e. the markers are made larger, as illustrated in this slide. And you can see all of the plotting points are now much bigger than they were. So we're going to look at the three programs that were responsible for the three views of the graph that we've seen. Firstly, the graph that had no markers, then the graph that had markers, and then this graph which has the same markers but they've been enlarged. So this is the computer program that produced the graph without the markers. And very briefly, this imports the appropriate libraries. This creates the two NumPy arrays. This labels the graph. This plots the graph of hours against temperature. And this will show the graph on the visual display unit. Now, if there's anything about this program that you're unsure of, please refer to the last two videos in the playlist which go into this in more detail. What I wish to do now is to move on the assumption that you've seen the previous two videos. And I'm going to amend this so it will show markers. So I would like you to turn your attention to this area of the computer program, and here the amendment is going to appear. Everything else will remain the same, and the amendment you can see is that the marker is assigned, in quotes you can see lowercase o, and that will produce the graph with the markers. I'm now going to amend the program again so that the markers put onto the graph are much bigger. So what I'd like you to do is to keep your eye on this region of the code, and into here you can see the amendment I've made is marker size equals 20. Everything else about the program remains the same. I've just added this additional option, this additional parameter that's passed to the plot method. So when this program executes, what you're going to see is this. And it's quite clear. If you look at all the markers, you can see they are much bigger.